Alright guys, I'm going to go over the game 2 game from tonight. So I think that would be the most important one to go over. Might go over the third game as well. See how much time I have tonight. Excuse me. So this is a game A right from the beginning. You guys really weren't paying attention to what I was talking about for the invade. I'll definitely make another video tonight. If it's not game 3, it'll at least be some of the level 1 strategies that we could do. So I'll try to highlight that, but you guys should try to do your best to, like, if you need 3 minutes between games to get a break, you should take them. So when I'm talking, this is just the worst thing we could have done. Like, even the path we took. Like, if you do the exact same thing, they're gonna know. We could. What I wanted you guys to do is have Peridian ward the pixel right away, and then just stand up here, and then you four run through top. But you're gonna run like long all the way to this part, and then down, and then go in through here. And then at the worst case scenario, we just get a ward down on their buff, and then we just reset. But doing the exact same thing and taking the worst route is just insanity. And we were one person short too. So just right off the bat, this was, yeah, just nuts. So already Tom doesn't have flash, and everyone else on their team is fine. Let me move this out of the way so I can see. Okay. And then this is what you guys are talking about for the whatchamacallit. I think if you just put one extra spear in him, then he dies, honestly. But you got out of range, which is fine. But just from that alone, oh yeah, fuck, I forgot that happened too. This is not the first time we've had early turret hits on a dive and stuff, or just in general. Whenever you do any ganks, you all you need to do to make sure that it's gonna the vision for them is gonna be less is look at the minion waves of ours, and it'll mirror there. So if you just waited like 3 extra seconds, this would have pushed up into here further, so his vision wouldn't be this fast. So any gank, top lane, bot, it doesn't matter where you're going. Just look at this wave, and if it's in the fog of war, you can't see it. That's what I'm saying. This is just mirrored, so just look at that before you go in. He still didn't see you in time, but we should never be going that hard already. This really put Don behind for pretty much the whole game too. Blue buff, and he just heals like fucking crazy because the champion's broken. But yeah. But regardless, on those ganks, just look at the minion waves before you go. And whenever you play Jace like this too, buddy, you want to do like your full combo of spells and then knock them away at the end, because when you just knock them away like that, like, you can't get your, I think it's the W, the 3 autos. The fact that he came back to that is just absolute dog shit. But like your initial trade here, so we'll show you this. We'll slow it down and watch it the whole way through. So when you do, like, you get the zoner for this minion, I believe, is where she hits too. Maybe it was both of them. But when you actually start doing your fighting like this, I know she's on top of you and everything, but you should really save either your knockback for when she tries to stun you. So even if she stuns you, her she has to use her gap closer if she didn't already. And then this is the same thing that happens like three games in a row basically. So you already have a huge advantage on her, and you're already in your mind thinking I'm gonna go for the all in. You guys have this warded, and you know you haven't seen Lee, so there's a very good chance he's sitting right here. Like you just need to look at the bigger picture. You're already winning the lane, but you could just call out to Central and tell him you're gonna need a counter gank in a minute because we haven't seen him here. So this should be a dead giveaway. Because even if Lee finished this, and also this is another reason why. Did we have a fucking ward in the river? So if we warded at 120, no, again, this is, you guys really didn't listen to me this game at all. This is 2 games out of the last 4 we haven't put a ward in this fucking river. It's really bad. This is how people basically get killed, and now he's behind now too. You guys gotta stop. I don't know what to even say about it because you guys, I don't know if you guys are still cocky or whatever from the first game, but there's literally already like 2 simple things that we should never do. The turret shot and then not warding the fucking river. And then you got the kill, but she gave you the kill because she came back to you. But you got to think about where the actual jungler could be. You had a ward down on their blue, and you didn't see any action in him leaving or going to Grump, so he's most likely in the river doing crab. So you guys just gotta slow down and think about that stuff. And it's just, he already got his gunblade, or whatever the fuck it's called, the revolver, sorry. So it's just, the lane's already over for him, no matter what. We'd have to wait till 6, but he's gonna hit 6 before dawn too, and it's just craziness. You really can switch targets here too, Viridian. This is something that you guys do a decent amount here. You'll see what I'm talking about. When Tom comes up, you get 1, 2. You could switch targets right now. The best thing you could do is probably kill that minion, and then we have a hook. But you look at that. Look how close you got. You were so close. You got to switch targets sooner. You do that a lot in the 2 versus 2 fights, where you end like the last couple VODs we had to use summoners, or you use summoners trying to get an extra kill when you could have just switched targets and made it like extra simple. I mean, we're going too early again, because Central's coming, I think. Nope. So you guys are 2 versus 2ing without information. We literally haven't seen Lee in over 30 seconds. And this is something that I reiterate to you guys all the time. Like, I know the timing of this is really bad, but even if he was still like finishing up something over here, you guys are forcing without information again. There's just times where you guys just have to chill out and fucking relax. Especially we're about to show mid lane right now to try to get Dawn back in the game. I'm assuming he was going to do that until Lee showed on that ward. So before anything can even happen, all summoners are gone except for his flash, and we got 0 for 1. You guys have to be more aware on the map, and I can't repeat the same thing over and over again because it's just something you guys need to realize a lot faster. If I have to say the same thing every video, you're not learning. You guys have to really slow down. If you watch any of the actual professional scene, the kills usually aren't that high at all. There's already 7 kills in the first 6 minutes of this game. You guys gotta slow down. You gotta look at your map, ask questions before you make plays. Especially we're talking about the TP stuff after the games that we always try to set up plays, which is good, but we never ask about TP ever. And then we also don't talk about it enough from Alex's standpoint. You need to call it out more. And they're just we're in a terrible spot now across the whole board right now. Bottom lane's still okay because luckily Kaisa didn't get the kill. Tom got one and Lee got another one, it looks like. But like we're behind in levels in jungle. Mid lane is about a half level behind, and I think we're about even in top lane. Here we go again. This is the one I was talking about. We have a pink ward and a regular ward, and we have 0 vision on this side of the map, 0 vision up here, and look where we're at. This is way too common of you guys. Way too common. This is what I talk about being scatterbrained whenever we're behind and stuff. Is just there's no reason that you guys should ever be pushing forward already right now. Worst case scenario, what happens if you did it the right way? As soon as you kill that minion, you just walk the go ward because you shoved them into turret, which you're supposed to do if you want to try to get plates, but you can't go get plates. Like right now, you should just be going to ward already. Like there's no reason to even throw the hook, because even if you hit, they're still under the turret and you're not taking it. But look, pink ward, regular ward, no vision this entire side of the map. You guys really have to break out of that bloodthirsty mode. You just have to fucking play the game slower. You guys are good players. You do a lot of good things, but you do this stuff way too much. This is how we get sunk in a hole super fast. Like we don't have flash on Peridian, and we don't have level 6 on either of you yet. I mean, now we just lost our last summoner and AD carry died. Now we're going to be behind in farm, levels, everything. And they have the inside track on Dragon. You guys are really responsible for a lot of the early game objectives and stuff because you're on this side of the map. This was a good knockback, Alex. She's getting really aggressive with you. I don't know why she want that aggressive. And these types of situations too, Central, you should, I know he got the kill there, but you should just automatically leave that kill for him because we need him to be able to do his own thing solo. Um, so it makes you be able to just clear your jungle on your own, as well as this. I don't know why you teleported here, by the way. But going back to my point is he can do a lot more solo now, and you can impact the other lanes, especially the bot lane, because mid lane is almost ungankable right now with the big lead. I know he got it, but you were still trying to get the kill there. We needed it to go onto him for this instance. When you're this far behind right now too, Don, because he has the almost 20 CS and 3 kills, you should just put your ward here and not the actual lane bush, because this is going to get cleared a lot. You can just put your regular wards here, just so it'll survive a lot longer, most likely for you. Because since he literally can just shove you over and over again, he's gonna roam into those side bushes, and it's just gonna make you waste gold that you really need right now. So this is a rough game so far to start. We've made a bunch of mistakes. We're only down 900 gold though. We're still in the game. So you can see we are down 17 CS in the bottom lane, 19 in the mid lane. We're actually up 9 in the jungle, and we're down 4 in top lane. We have kills in top lane though, at least. So the 900 gold isn't that big of a deal. It's their experience levels is what's the big deal right now. Everybody pretty much is behind half a level at least, except for Alex. Oh, actually, Central caught up on levels too because of that gank top. So just always keep in mind to look at levels too, especially if you guys are going to pull off something. So you will know who's like the squishier target that you can go in on faster, or if they have someone super fed, you're gonna have to blow that person up um, to ensure you guys win the fight. Obviously, Silas isn't really hard to kill because we did give him um, 3 or 4 good ults this game, which is fine. It happens, but the biggest point of this is they have Mountain in 700 gold, or I'm sorry, they have 1.3k gold lead on us now, so it's not insurmountable or anything by any means. And this is what I was talking about too. Um, we just we do this. I think this is the game where 3 of us get that way. So we should have some type of pink here, unless you're just gonna back up after this minion just to stay safe, because literally Lee is one of the most mobile, and you actually queued the wave to basically push it. I know you were trying to do damage to her, but you were basically pushing that wave. And again, we don't have information of where Lee's been at all. We've had really scattered vision control. We're starting to get really good vision control on the back, the bottom side now, which is really good. So you just got to keep that in mind, Alex. So we're gonna watch a few things here. Okay, items is something we always have to pay attention to. Um, because he had this in his inventory the whole time, the whole game, but it just came online 44 seconds ago. So, like I told you guys yesterday, this is a really good job, Central. You used the vision that we knew was clear, like we talked about. That was really good, how you're wrapping around here. You guys have to talk about how we're CCing, like the fact you threw a hook right there means you don't know that Central's on his way, because we needed you to save that hook. So it's on cooldown probably during the first part of this gank. So yeah, the spectator thing doesn't really give me the full answer. But the fact that you threw that though ahead of time is indication to me that you weren't aware that he was coming, even though he did a really good job following the vision that we have. So because your hook, if you timed your hook right when he basically did his knock up, or like right as he's about to land the knock up, then we just CC chain him forever. And then if you guys would pay attention to the actual items, then you would know that he's probably going to use that, and then we can cast the Jarvan ult afterwards. So since you're so far behind, right, you should never be like face to face with the actual. I understand you were trying to help the team there. I would just let him TP because you can you have to just be able to. We still have both alts on our AD carry and our support, and we're still relatively healthy. This would honestly give you time to farm like the next wave, which you really need gold right now. It was unfortunate Lee was there, but let's see. We have vision of Lee too, so we know where Lee's at. Like you standing face to face like this doesn't make any sense. And then you should just let him go, because he's even half health right now, which is fine. Yeah, I think you should have let him go, because he's going to be... Kaisa can kind of help. I think you should have just let him go. But, especially since you saw Lee on you should have seen Lee on the map. We gotta really look at the map a lot more often. That's a big difference between like brackets of ELO, like from platinum to diamond, diamond to masters, challengers, all that stuff. Oh shit, sorry, I'm sneezed. Okay, so we still have good vision on the bottom side. They're coming for a dive. I was really unlucky that the turret shot didn't get him. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at that, tell you why that TP was off. I don't remember what time it was. Shit. I think this is it right here. So, if you're gonna TP, you're already really close to that turret. And then the biggest thing too is they haven't committed to anything yet. You're just using your cooldown for no reason. Under the turret, you guys are more than okay of defending there. You should have waited for them to come through before you teleported. But you didn't have to teleport. You were really close to the damn really close to the lane anyway. You could have just flanked them. You didn't have ult, I know that, but You, you didn't have to do that at all. I think I did say go full tank this game too. And I was referring to not even like a Tiamat, but I guess it helps your wave clear in the jungle a lot. And you just go into the healthy Hydra. So this is the time I was telling you. This is where we should have got Shelly, 100%. Their strongest guy is Silas, and we know he's down bottom recalling. You guys just forced Aurelia out of lane, and we should know that she doesn't have TP. This is exactly when we should just go to do the Herald here. Like this can give us a big advantage. When you guys get it, by the time that we cast it somewhere, the plates will be gone, and we probably can break first turret, which is good. It gives us map pressure on one side of the map, whether it's in the mid lane or one of the side lanes, and it also will bring us back closer to even though we're down 6 kills right now in a mountain. So this is something I tell you guys almost every game, that you could do Shelly earlier, and you guys don't ever do it. Another big key point as well. This game would be a lot harder because our bottom lane's behind, but especially in games when we are even or ahead, you can set up a play, and like I mentioned in one of the videos yesterday, is when you actually set up a play for Herald where you're just designating I'm going to base and then going to go do this kind of thing, like you're actually making a shot call to do it. You do it on the back timing of Mystic so he can come up and do it, and you just make sure that Peridian knows that you're doing that so he just stays safe in the lane, because all of the actual professional teams in Korea, when they designate basically a shot call to go do Herald, you'll literally see the support player here on his way. Um, and a lot of the times they have Galio, so it's something that he can ult in if a fight starts breaking out. But a lot of times you'll see both of the supports. It's like as if they know exactly when they're going to go to do the Herald. So this part right here in the game, 100% should not be plates. It should be the Rift Herald. But once again, we do the thing that I've been talking about the last like 3 separate days. And then Mystic, you just need, yeah, you need to get out of there. Dragon's coming up as well. Yeah, this is just craziness. So we would literally be finishing Herald right now, pretty much. Then we could reset and go straight down the dragon side where we have really good vision. But now everything's all fucked out of whack. The Mystic just died. Dawn just had to blow Flash. Like, this is just random shit that we're doing instead of making plays together. This is not what we want. Yeah, this is the play. He ults her, yeah. I didn't realize you could do that, but it was pretty cool. Nothing you can do on that roam. We end up getting it anyway, but it's just them being sloppy, because they should know their absolute strongest member is top lane right now. And we should also know, um, I'm pretty sure you guys did a good communication, but in this instance right now, Peridian, you should be going mid, because we can crack the mid turret with 3 of you. Because we know the other 3 of them are dead, and we can see these guys up here. So we're at least trading. We get Infernal, and if they happen to get both of these, you guys get the most important turret though first to open up the map pressure. So you, even though we talk about wave management and shit all the time, because of how this went down, you should be going mid right now to crack this turret because it's already half health. And the wave's sitting right in the middle on the bottom lane too, so there's nothing you have to worry about. Like it's not going to get frozen on one side of the lane or not. So you should absolutely be going mid lane here. And they're not even gonna get to tier 2 right here. And they're all dead still until right now. We could have got that mid turret easy. This is where like just thinking bigger picture stuff, especially because Tom Kench will most likely have his ult by now. So if you overstay down there, you're just gonna die too. But we're not thinking about that stuff. We're just thinking about like, I don't know, just kind of individual thinking. Luckily, your recall went off in time because they were making a play for you. But we should have went had mid turret there. That should have been the shot call from either you or Central. And that would help alleviate some stress from Dawn as well, so he could start making plays in side lanes too. And this is just another case of we don't talk about like teleports and all that stuff to even find out if it's a possibility for them. So now we're gonna get a kill bottom. I know Peridian kills him. He uses his flash but gets a kill back. You should just be worrying about wave clearing at this point too. In mid. And we get the turret. So if we did everything the right way right now, we would have we'd be tied in turrets at least with them, and we would have especially imagine if we actually here. This is even more so my point. Imagine if we actually got the Herald on time like we should have. When that play transpired, we would have got 2 turrets mid because we would have had Shelly. We would have had well 2 of you because Lissandra's autos wouldn't do a lot, but you guys would have literally got 2 turrets because of Shelly. That's why that thing is so important. It can really turn the map pressure on its head for one team to another. So the only person we really have to worry about is Silas. I know Lee is strong too, but Lee is squishy. If we get Lissandra ult on him, he's dead. Silas has his like 3 escapes and he has Zonias. So he would be harder. I don't know what you're doing here, Mystic. It was just suicide. Like, we have to... Yeah, I have no idea why you were doing that. It just doesn't make any sense at all. So immediately we should be thinking about Dragon and Shelly, like just objectives. We don't have any wards over there, but they have to go back. So Dragon. And then wave management. And also, when you guys saw that redemption coming down, You should have just paused, because we have Rend. And that's the only thing they had to even remotely get it. Because I think it had like 144 hit points when we we blew it up, but you could have just taken a little slow there to ensure you got it. Good job there, Mystic. And this is, I believe, soon is where we get a pick on the Silas and get that 1,000 gold. If I'm not mistaken. I have no idea why you're over there, Don. Like, if you're gonna flank, you should be flanking. So flanking would be over here. Not like stuck in a corner. Especially, you just pinked it too. A good alt by Peridian to get the Aurelia. And now we're 4 versus 3, so all we should be doing, see, this is what I was talking about too, about making a flash play. They have Tom Kench. We need to just realize that we're 3 versus 4, so we're not going to be forcing on this anyway. And then B, they have Tom Kench. We should just be letting him throw out his poke and just wave clearing. Jace is a pretty good pick actually in the Silas because it's all AD, so it doesn't really do a lot of damage when he goes into that form. I think I screwed up the draft though. I should have picked Jace Thresh to start just so they didn't see the Lysandra right away. This is where we get the 1,000 gold. So immediately when this happens, we should be thinking about, because look where Alex is. We should be sending 2 people top and 2 people just to hold mid for wave management. And we can get that. We can crack the turret top. Because you're still 4 versus 4. You can see all 4 of their members. So us pursuing this is, it's just not objective-based thinking. Especially, again, we don't talk about teleports. We have teleport on Alex right now. So if anything crazy happened, you guys could have just literally had him TP in. You should probably have 3 top and then 1 mid. This is what I mean about, we just wasted, we got a nice pick and then we wasted like 25 seconds just running after them. Like 20-25 seconds for just running after them. And now, instead of us having the advantage, we lose 2 people. So the time where we would be transitioning to an actual objective play, we got nothing out of it except for 1 ward down, and then 2 of us died in the aftermath of it. It should have just been a call for Alex to shove 2 waves bottom. One of us stay mid to just back up and shove mid when they push it to you, and then the other 3 go top. It was literally 1.5 waves, and then the turret that's at like 20% remaining. And if we're gonna try to steal Baron too, just do it from the back of the pits. Like, We can throw pink in, get it, and then Jarvan can literally like EQ across this just like Zac can and get vision and try to smite. You don't even have to go in the damn pit. But like down here, there's nothing down here for us. And then we're just given another free kill. We can't defend this. They have Baron and they're all 5 here. Just back up. So we completely styled on them the first game. They forfeit, and then we just made like mistake after mistake after mistake these last 2 games. Especially this game, we made way too many mistakes. So now we're on the map 4 versus 4, their strongest guys down, but they have Baron, so all we want to do is basically try to catch up with some resources. So blue side jungle's up, bottom wave is there, mid lane's there. No objective coming back on the map for at least over 2 minutes, it looks like. Like someone could be gone bottom already. So now this is the same example as before. We're talking about being balanced. We know one of our guys is on the side, and we don't technically know where any of their guys are because they just cleared out all our vision. So there is no reason to be out this far. Yeah, your build's fine, Central. Yeah, just so many just careless mistakes and yeah, like I said, you guys literally from the start of the game, I talked to you guys for like a minute, minute and a half about the level 1 invade I wanted you to do. And then you do literally the same invade as the last game, but a different way that was worse. And it leads to one of us dying and us blowing like 2 or 3 summoners too, which is just a nightmare to start the game, especially versus a unbelievably mobile jungler. So, and then we're fighting without vision, trying to fight without any type of information of where their jungler is, like just shit that I've literally been talking about for like whatever since I've been trying to help you guys out. So you guys got to slow down. You got to start asking questions. You can't just get something pop in your head and then go. That's not how fives work. People are coordinated. Teams are a lot more coordinated. They communicate way more than you guys realize. And then when we're in the games too, you guys need to not be talking about bullshit that doesn't matter. Like, that someone got away with like 2 hit points or whatever. Just start talking about whatever's our next objective is. What are we doing now? Because we have that advantage, they have to go back. Or just anything that isn't like a shot call or asking for information, we need to cut that stuff out of our comms completely because it's literally just a waste of time to have that stuff in there. You guys need to be thinking about like what's next, what's our game plan right now, how can we get resources, how we deny them resources, what's the next objective, all that stuff. You guys need to you need to start timing the summoners in the chat as well. When it happens, you just need to time it. If you're dead and summoners happen, time it. Click on it on your, just literally hit tab and click it so it shows up in the damn chat box, and then you guys know flashes 5 minutes after that, or heal, all that shit. Just mark stuff and then actually use that information, and then constantly look when the next dragon is? Where's Lee on the map? Or where's the jungler on the map? What can we do on the opposite side of the map? Or can we counter gank this? All this stuff. You guys really need to slow down, especially in games where we start off and being behind because your overall like shot calling and just mindset is completely off. And then when we do have leads, you guys get too excited. So you guys really need to learn to just be relaxed as we're playing, and then get excited when we win after it's over. Like just literally start thinking about how we can out macro them, what we can do for vision control, or what's our win condition, like all that stuff. What items did they have? What did they just finish? Tom Kench had stopwatch since the beginning of the game, and it just came online at 10 minutes. Like you need to be talking about all this stuff as the game is progressing. So ganks are easier. Talk about how you're going to stack CC, all that stuff. You don't have to talk forever. You can say, I'll start the gank with hook, then you go with your pop up, yada yada yada. Then I'll flay, all that shit. You guys just need to really, really relax when you're playing because you guys do some really like scatterbrain. It's the only way I think of it. Like you're not thinking about like the bigger picture. You're just, even though we talk about that, I say that stuff all the time to you guys. Just gotta slow down. All right, I'm gonna go on to something else here.